has everything to do with researchers who studied binge watchers, and the results were interesting. They caught my attention this morning because it links to a trend in a rise of insomnia and fatigue for those people who are avid binge watchers. Which, when we first heard it too, it was like, well, duh, right? If you're binge watching an entire all five seasons of House of Cards, I can see how some of those episodes have caused me to, during a weekend to be like, okay, we're 5 episodes in. I can see how Sunday I'm like a little bit tired. Like, why? But why is it that we're so tired? Well, because we watched all the episodes of season 5. Like, that's exactly
on the couch, in the bed.
Exactly. So it leads to insomnia, poor sleep quality, more fatigue. They studied 86 million members of those who were binge watching in 190 countries. They went as far as to say binge watching can make you feel like a zombie. So are those results troubling to you? Are they?
Well, they're troubling because nobody knows what it feels like to be a zombie. So right off the bat, I'm concerned.
Movies. Yeah.
So but no, I was watching. I was in my bed watching Power on my phone, which is one of my favorite shows. My best show on TV is on Stars. Check it out Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Anyway, but I was watching it on my phone, and after I got done, I was like, man, I got a headache. Like I felt like I just didn't feel good. It was a good episode, but watching it and like focusing and then being all into it, it was just too much. So I can see if you're doing that back to back, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 episodes, Orange is the New Black comes out, people watch the whole series in one night at a one-night sitting. You're gonna feel a little funky.
And that's where Netflix changed the game, right? I mean, DVR gave you the option to be able to record a show and watch it later, but Netflix rolling out an entire series at once changed the game for people.
Absolutely.
You could sit and watch for hours and catch up on the entire season if you feel like you missed out in a day. And I think it's hard because there have been a couple of shows like House of Cards I got really into. The episodes are long though. So I would probably, I would watch like maybe 2 episodes and then I don't have the patience to sit and watch anymore. But I know there are a lot of people out there who can get really into it and watch through.
That was us.
6 o'clock in the morning. And I could see that's not good for your health.
Well,
clearly.
have you ever done that? Because certain shows take you there. Breaking Bad took me there. I was literally like on my lunch break at work, I would finish watching.
Really?
I would like go in the parking lot and I would try to get like another 5 minutes of episode in. Because sometimes you just gotta watch. It's just that good.
It's addicting.
Game of Thrones took me there until now, where I can't go there because now I'm watching in its regular in real time.
Right.
And to me, that's when I realized it changed the game. When I say it, I mean Netflix, because is Game of Thrones on Netflix, or is it just that I watched it? Okay, so I watched it on HBO Demand, right? We watched all seasons of Game of Thrones, and when we did that, it was like we could watch an entire season in a couple of days, and then you're like, oh my gosh, you go on to season 2, season 3, season 4, you keep going, then all of a sudden it's like the screeching halt. You have to wait months until the new season premieres on HBO, and then now we're watching every Sunday, and it's like, that is 7 days between one episode. We were getting through entire seasons in a week.
Right.
And so now to have to wait, I'm sort of like, how long is this going to last? Because attention spans are a huge thing, right? Are people going to start tuning out? Like Walking Dead, it, to me, is already slowed down. So now when I'm watching in real time, after I binge so many seasons, it's like, I don't even want to wait 7 days. 7 days, I'm over it.
You're over it.
I'm
about
like,
it anymore.
the season, because the seasons are slowing down in terms of how dramatic they are.
Yeah.
That is it worth 7 days to watch in between?
So let me ask you this. If these networks got wind, or it's not really getting wind, but if they decided,
start to see the numbers.
What if they start to do this? What if they say, we're going to release the entire Game of Thrones season on Sunday, August, such and such date?
Which a lot of shows do.
Do you think they would get more audience to watch in one day binge watching and people would make it like a big day that went viral on Twitter and everybody would know what's going on? Or do you think separating it over 10 weeks and a bunch of different Monday nights or Sunday nights is going to continue to attract those of us who have shorter attention spans? Because in my opinion, after a week goes by, I have forgotten about you. I don't even think about it anymore. And there are shows that I've stopped watching altogether just because my life goes on and I stop thinking about it.
So you mean you watch an entire season and you're over it, or you wouldn't be able to watch an entire season if they released it all at once?
No, I'm just saying, do you think if a network decided to say we're going to go all Sunday night, throw every single episode we have just like Netflix does, would you watch it? Would you watch for a whole day if your favorite show was released on one day, every single show?
I mean, so like Orange is the New Black is one that is released all at once. It's not on a network. It's a Netflix original. yeah, so you do that. It's just another way of doing it. I think if you're committed to a show like that, you do something like Orange is the New Black, where you can watch it all. And I know people that watch it all in one time, and then they go onto the blogs and start writing about it. What's interesting about Game of Thrones, even though I'm having to wait 7 days, is that gives people 7 days to talk about what happened on that one episode.
Right. Yeah,
so
because you need to process
it. You process it, and then I go back and watch the certain scenes because so-and-so was walking behind so-and-so, and maybe that was the ghost of so-and-so.
You didn't catch it the first time.
And didn't catch it, where if they were to have released the entire season of Game of Thrones, I guess all of those blogs would already be talking about episode 15 when you're still processing episode 2. So it's just the kind of show. I think Game of Thrones is so convoluted that maybe this works, and I'm asking for too much.
And sometimes it's about marketing. With a show like Game of Thrones or any show, when you give it to us all at once and you watch it in a day or two, that means we have a full year for it to come back.
Yeah.
There's no build up. We're just waiting stagnant. House of Cards drops usually around April or May. We watch it, and then you have to wait till May for it to come back. As where with Game of Thrones, if you stretch it out, you get that week-to-week anticipation. They can pump the little advertising, the commercials, the advertisements in the shows. They can keep building up saying next season is the final season. They can keep the conversation going for a longer period of time, getting more internet traction and getting more fan base and getting more buzz, as where once you binge watch the show in 2 days, and people talk about it for like 2 weeks, they're done talking about it. It's over. So I think it just depending on the type of show, you have to, you got to stretch it out.
You say it's over, but not necessarily, because how long had House of Cards been over until season 5 came out, and I was talking about it the way you were probably talking about it.
Well, the conversation is over. Because think about it. Like once this season came out and everybody was talking about like, oh my God, did you watch? Another show drops, and now people aren't necessarily talking about it the way that they're talking about a Game of Thrones that's on every single week, because the conversation keeps going.
But are you equally as committed to the Game of Thrones that's on every week as you are to the Orange is the New Black that you can binge watch at once? Are people forgiving enough to say, you know what, I'll wait the week?
I'm equally as committed to GOT as I am to House of Cards, and that now I'm like, I have to wait so long for it to come out. But again, we binge watched 5 seasons in like a month.
Yeah,
like it was a commitment.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't binge watch anything anymore. So if y'all can help me out, and I haven't seen an episode of Game of Thrones, I haven't seen an episode of Orange is the New Black. I haven't seen an episode of a lot of these shows that are really popular.
Game of Thrones, it's so much.
So if I'm going to pick one thing to start binging or to catch up on,
what haven't you watched? Like how far back have you seen like Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad?
I haven't even seen I've seen the first couple episodes of Breaking Bad.
I need to do Breaking Bad.
I would recommend that out of all of the shows that you've ever binge watched, I would do Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Yes.
And then Along Came Saul.
I saw a couple of episodes of Better Call Saul, and I wasn't vibing with it.
You think Breaking Bad more than GOT because it's so relevant right now? Breaking Bad, I almost feel like it's like nobody's talking about that anymore. But I know it comes up in all pop culture conversations.
If you're talking about a quality show and the writing
and one that'll hold my attention,
one that'll hold your attention, and one that is truthful from the front to the back, being realistic about the lifespan of a drug dealer and what he was doing and him being a teacher, I will pick Game of Thrones because I'm not Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, because Game of Thrones, while it is good and entertaining, there are too many holes and it's still fantasy. As where Breaking Bad, it was the time span maybe about a year and a half in their world, and that's realistic and true to what was happening. I would pick Breaking Bad. To me, it was a perfect show.
Cornelia's she has been committed to Breaking Bad from the get-go. That's one show that I keep putting off, and now that we need a show right now, I'm hearing a lot about Ozark. I don't even know what that's about, but I keep hearing people say, oh, check out Ozark. Also, The Handmaid's Tale.
People keep saying that's good. There's so many shows.
Oh, man. David White says Heartland.
Heartland.
I haven't seen that one.
Queen of the South is another one I keep hearing about.
Ruben said Narcos and Hogan's Heroes. People
season.
like Narcos.
Okay. These are good. Okay,
and Janet says Love, Power. Girl, that's the show.
Janet says she hasn't seen Orange is the New Black or Game of Thrones either. Good, I'm not alone.
You're not alone. Don't check the blogs, and that's the other thing. It's so nice to be in the know about Game of Thrones GOT, because all the memes, all the GIFs out there online.
And I don't get any of them. I don't get any of them.
Bend the knee is like all these memes about it. It's just so funny, but
what did we do our promo on? Where we were sitting on the
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. Do I need to watch that?
Oh my gosh, I think so.
But there's like 8 seasons.
I know. But the
okay,
end
no,
is,
you say no and you say yes.
Yes, Yes, because it's like, to me,
The first one though,
People are gonna
for her to binge watch, like the first binge watch experience.
House of Cards.
I've
I
already
think
seen
that-
House of Cards.
Okay, you've seen House of
Yeah,
Cards.
and I liked it.
Go with Breaking Bad. I haven't seen it yet. I'll do it with you.
Okay.
Caesar
But,
and I need to do
when you
Breaking
start
Bad.
Breaking Bad, I have
But
to
we
warn
commit,
you.
Dina.
The first 2 seasons start off slow,
hate
and
when
you're
they say
going
this.
to because again, it
The
has
first
to
7
build up.
seasons suck.
7
No,
of
no,
the
they're
7.
good, but they're slow. They're
Okay.
slow.
Okay.
And then once you get to the 3rd season, it's like slap in the face, and then every episode is like this.
Okay.
But it
Okay.
does. It's a slow build, and they're good. But if you're used to
Okay.
a show that's high impact every single episode, Game of Thrones first 2 seasons, you're not gonna get that. It's a story. It's like a storytelling.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Good
Dina,
combo.
well, shall
I'll
we
do
commit to Breaking Bad?
I'll commit, but you.
Caesar's been wanting me to commit to Breaking Bad.
But
we
you
keep, like,
binge
avoiding
watch
it.
better than I binge watch,
I
so
do,
you'll
because
finish
you're
it
out
before
like
me.
skiing and hiking on the weekends.
Right,
I'm
Dina is
I'm
camping.
training for Mount
If I'm
Whitney
not
right now.
traveling to SoCal or I'm exploring, I'm going to go see some water holes in
Yes.
the coming weeks.
Watering
I have
holes.
Watering
Uh-oh.
holes. See, we had this debate yesterday. Caesar again was like, watering holes. That's what happens when the natural water comes and then all the animals come swarming to it. Like out in the.
Like a lake or a pond?
No, it's like when you're in a desert and then there's water that comes.
Like on Lion
This
King
is
when
a
they had to
swimming-
gather around the
swimming hole.
water.
Wait, so
In the Jungle Book.
wait, Billy, are you saying then what I'm talking about is a swimming hole, not a watering hole? Watering hole is a place to go for a
That's
drink,
what I
Dina.
call it. Like my favorite brewery is my watering hole.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to either.
Well,
so
I don't
you
know who
have to
stands
worry about
corrected
me.
here.
Josh
but
over here on our web team.
Wherever there's rocks
Thanks,
and there's
Josh.
water, that's where I'm going to swim in. So a swimming hole. We'll go with that.
Swimming hole.
Okay.
All right,
Taylor
keep chiming
Swift
in too,
update.
and real quick, keep chiming in with your favorite shows. We've seen Sons of Anarchy. Someone else is saying Glenn, season 3 of Narcos starts next month. So if you guys want
Okay.
to do that, you better get in now.
Narcos,
Get in
I'm-
now.
So try
I'm-
that.
And I did the first season of Narcos. I need to catch up on that. But if you want to start from the get-go
There is
somewhere.
too much out there.
No, Dina, it's never enough.
No,
That's how
it's
we look
just
at
too
it.
much.
Okay, let's